When I got the bill, I looked at it and I thought there was a mistake. Is this all I said, this is it. And a tear rolled down my face when I realized this was the final bill. So, thank you, Taiwan.
What kind of hike are we doing today? Because, you know, Justin and I have not been hiking in over a year.
Why haven't you been hiking in over a year?
Well, Justin had surgery. And he's been recovering from surgery, but I feel like we're about to get our asses kicked.
You guys look like you're 20 years younger than me. So, you're not gonna get your asses kicked. So you just said a moment ago that you've had nothing but bad experiences with monkeys.
Yes. We've experienced in Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand.
Oh my gosh.
All bad experiences.
Where are they the most wild? Because it's probably different species, right?
Vietnam was pretty wild and pretty aggressive, but Thailand has the most cunning. They literally faked a monkey laying across the road, so when I got off my bike to go check on it, its brother came over and tried to take the keys out of my motorbike.
Like they had a conversation about it.
They planned that. That was no accident.
Cole Fogel here, and today I'm meeting up with two very special guests. They live in Tainan. They have come to Kaohsiung for the first time on a motorcycle trip since they've been here in Taiwan. To my right, Justin, and to my left, Leah. When did you first meet?
I love telling this story. I love telling this story. We met on Tinder in South Korea.
Yes.
Can you tell them why you chose my picture?
Oh, you really did meet on Tinder.
We did, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we really did.
And we were in South Korea. It was just 2017. And we had a conversation on the phone that lasted 7 hours. And I thought, I might actually like this person. Maybe, but we should meet in person to find out.
I think the thing that most attracted me to Justin was as an introvert. So where are you from? What do you do for a living? So why are you on this app? Those are things that are not interesting to me. Yeah. And Justin being the extrovert who loves to talk and has these wonderful stories that he shared.
Do you remember the day you met? Like after the 7-hour conversation, where did you meet? Was it at a bar, a coffee shop?
We met at a coffee shop. And I was really impressed because he was tall as he said that he was.
People do lie about their height on dating apps.
So why were you in Korea?
Teaching English. I had left New Orleans behind. I was purposely transitioning into a new life with intention and purpose of doing something new. And I had no intentions of being locked down.
Okay, so, and then why were you in Korea? Were you
teaching? I was teaching
as well?
Yeah. Took a leave of absence from my job and decided to go abroad for that year, and then decided that I really actually loved what I did and stayed, so. Did
you live together in Korea after you, at some point, or you were just dating at that point?
Just dating.
Okay, so then from Korea, what happened then?
From then,
oh my gosh.
She abandoned me and went back to the United States because she wasn't quite sure, you know, where this was really going, I guess. Didn't know if she felt the same way. And I moved on to Vietnam to further my adventures. Oh. And one day she's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in Vietnam having a great time, Leah.
Justin's story is totally exaggerated,
of course. Where was home at this point?
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you went back to rainy Seattle.
Mm-hmm. And I went home and I decided that I did not want to go back to my corporate job, but I was going to go back to Korea originally.
How long were you in Seattle while he was in Vietnam?
What was it, 2 months?
2 months went by roughly?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you went to Vietnam. Mm-hmm. And then did you live together at that point or separate places?
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother story.
Oh, okay.
We did live together, but we made sure to get 2 separate bedrooms.
By the time we came back to Vietnam, we had only been dating for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're
3
right.
or 4 months.
3 or 4 months.
So going to Vietnam with the intention of living together is not something that we wanted to do.
It was moving fast. For you, it was moving fast.
Way
for him,
fast.
He was like, I'm
down.
What
are you waiting for? Yeah. What are you waiting for? Let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's go. My wife wishes we had separate tiny homes connected by a hallway.
Oh my gosh.
To be honest with you.
Can I meet your wife?
You guys are definitely
gonna... Is it an introvert-extrovert thing?
She's an introvert, I'm an extrovert. She's very aware of her need for having her own space. Intimacy actually could be even more exciting if you had separate rooms, so it actually makes sense.
I'm never gonna get cuddled again.
As your channel talks about health, that mental health is also very important. I have been a solo traveler for all of my life. I really enjoy it. And when I met Justin, I had this conflict because I really liked him, but I knew that I really wanted to venture off. And I've been used to traveling solo. I haven't been used to sharing my space or my energy with anybody else. And then we got a place together, and we had 2 separate spaces, and that's it. And we created adventures in Vietnam, and that's when our relationship started to grow and to bloom, and we got to know each other. And we were in Vietnam for three years, yeah.
And that's where the YouTube channel started.
All right, so yeah, spent 3 years in Vietnam, and then we decided to come to Taiwan.
We visited Taiwan first on a whim. We had some extra days off from work. We said, where can we fly relatively cheap?
Yeah.
We flew to Taiwan. We're like, never been, let's go.
Was this during the pandemic?
This was
right
just before.
Before the pandemic.
You didn't. We had 2 trips back to back.
Oh,
we
okay.
came, we had an experience in Taipei, and we just thought, these people can't be real. They are too nice.
They were so nice. So
like
too
absurdly
helpful.
nice, yeah.
Too considerate.
Yeah.
Leah had moments where someone was coming to be helpful, and we just couldn't accept it. Like, what do you want?
We did try to understand it, and we tried to use logic. Okay, maybe we look like tourists, and that's why they were nice to us.
They were pandering to tourists. That's
maybe
why.
They knew that we didn't speak any Chinese, and so they were wanting to be helpful because they knew
wanted
that we
to sell us something.
we stood out because we had backpacks. We tried to rationalize.
So we came the first time. Didn't believe that it was true.
We went back to Vietnam.
Back to Vietnam, that's what I was asking.
And worked for another 2 weeks, and then had Chinese New Year off.
Yeah.
And then we came back to Taiwan.
2020.
Yes. And we went to a different part of Taiwan because we just couldn't believe. We thought that, well, maybe it was the city that we were in.
We tried to justify.
Maybe it was the city that we were in.
We went back to Vietnam because it was just a holiday. So we went back to Vietnam. Leah went home to America.
Oh,
the pandemic hit. I'm in Vietnam, and I'm having flashbacks of when she left me previously in South Korea. And it was 8 months. Was it about 8 months we were separated?
Oh, okay. And why were you in America for 8 months?
Went home to go see my family.
Okay.
My father had just recovered from a stroke. I hadn't seen him in 2 years. Like, I'm not in a panic like everyone else is in a panic. So Justin called in a panic.
Okay.
He was like, they're closing the borders in 48 hours.
I told you not to go home.
In 48 hours, you got on an airplane?
I did not go back.
No,
That's why we were separated for 8 months.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 months go by because you can't
come into Vietnam,
go back.
but I want to get back together. Where can we go? We wanted to move to Taiwan.
Yeah.
They were the only place managing the pandemic well enough. We were already thinking of moving to Taiwan because of our experiences. Let's just bump it up a year. We got job offers in Tainan.
Good choice, by the way. It's one of my top favorite cities. It's old school. That's what I like about Tainan. And what's your feeling when you look at those stairs up there?
Feeling that I'm having is a little tightness in the chest, but an insistence to do it because I need to do this. I need to do this.
Oh my goodness, and look at that view.
We were actually wanted to come to Kaohsiung first, but there just wasn't anyone hiring in October, and we got a unique opportunity to get 2-month contracts for schools in Tainan that were really in need of teachers. So we just took those contracts, and then we ended up staying because we did enjoy Tainan. I think we prefer southern Taiwan in general.
What has been the highlight of living in Tainan?
I'm surprised how much I enjoy living outside the city. We live in a very rural part of it.
What's it called?
Shenhua. And when we look at our back balcony, we can see the different fields of vegetation that, and when the rice changes color, and it's just really pretty. And there's lots of sesame being grown there.
Oh, so it's really a countryside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. So I was watching your channel, and you had a situation where you forgot your bag, lost your bag, left your bag somewhere.
That was in
Hualien.
Hualien. At that point of having been here almost a year, we'd gotten used to leaving our things behind. Keys, wallets, bags, to the point that I just started assuming someone would just bring it to me or hand it to me.
It's Taiwan, don't worry.
Exactly.
If you lose something, it'll be returned to you.
It happens all the time. So I was kind of expecting it, and then when it didn't happen, I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to do. And then someone said, let's go file a police report. And then lo and behold, eventually it was...
We had a police escort.
Police escort.
They found it on the train. Someone...
Cleaned the train and found it.
Yes. And then returned it. We had a police escort.
They flagged us down. They flagged us down and said, "Come on, and we have your wallet." And as we're walking through, I'm like, "Is he a police? He's a police officer." He gets in a car, turns on lights. I'm like, all of this.
Like he gave you an escort, literally.
To go pick up the wallet.
Wow.
I know. That's Taiwan.
So that's happened many times?
Yeah, we were at the Science Center in Taipei.
Okay.
The Science Center.
And we're playing around and having fun.
Yeah.
And we look down, it's like, oh, look, someone left their bag. And then Leah goes, wait, where's our bag? Oh, that's our bag. Hello.
My 3 German engineers here visiting the beautiful Monkey Mountain, and 2 more months, and then you're...
Yes, sadly leaving.
2 more months, but they'll be back because they always come back.
Hopefully coming back. The channel called.
Oh, yeah, my channel. Yeah, let me give that to you. Okay. It says in German, Abominoma. How do you say subscribe in German?
Abonnieren.
Abonnieren. Cool, thanks, brother.
Yes.
And please share,
Yeah,
and
sure.
nice chatting with you guys.
Same.
Take care, guys. Yeah.
It's been a year since I've had the surgery. So
what was the surgery? Yeah.
I had an arterial venous fistula, which that means is your arteries and your veins somewhere in your body will start growing into each other and blood doesn't flow out properly. So I had that in my brain. And I work at a public school, so I have health insurance. I have Taiwanese national health insurance.
Which is an excellent thing to have.
Yes, because had I not had that insurance and had I been in the States, I would have put off dealing with this issue till there was a bigger issue.
Is that because it's expensive in the States?
Ridiculously expensive. Ridiculously expensive. Like this whole process, this whole thing, I could actually go to the ATM and pull the amount out and pay for it. Like that was the most beautiful thing is literally I was crying when I was paying for it because I could very well pay for it. When I got the bill, I looked at it and I thought there was a mistake. Is this all? I said, this is it. And a tear rolled down my face when I realized this was the final bill. So, thank you, Taiwan.
How long did you have this disposition with your brain before you discovered it?
It had been going on for some time. We'd been dealing with it, and Leah had been asking me to go to the doctor when we were in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
But in Vietnam, you have to pay everything outright before you can even get seen by a doctor. It took a little while to get it discovered. I went to NCKU.
Yeah.
I will say that NCKU was great.
How long did the surgery? Was it a one day, like a few hours you went in?
The doctor went in with the intentions of it being a 2 to 3 hour surgery.
Oh, okay.
And he was in there 6 hours, Leah?
Yes.
Wow.
In there for 6 hours.
That's a long surgery.
It was great to have this surgery done because I could afford it.
Yeah.
Because the doctor did a great job. I wouldn't have gone to the doctors had it not been for Leah's persistence and love and support. So thank you to Leah.
Surgery went well, and Leah was your support system.
My everything.
Your everything, yeah. In Leah's position, you're living abroad, trying to help Justin, but also deal with your own emotions.
Right.
How did you deal with the stress of that, being in Taiwan, not having your own support system, and having to help him recover and deal with this situation?
I think dealing with this situation was very enlightening.
Yeah, for sure.
I learned a lot about myself. I do think because of how long we waited and everything that we went through that I developed caretaker's fatigue.
Like you're not dealing with your own emotions and taking care of yourself, basically.
Yeah, and it's basically where you build up resentment, to work all day and then to have to go to the hospital and then come home and prepare and
a love-hate situation.
It really is.
Yeah.
It is like a love-hate situation, and I found that early on, and so I had my mom, who was also a nurse, help me through that, and then I also did therapy.
This was online therapy?
Mm-hmm. It was an online therapist.
So it was a therapist in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's important to talk about mental health. Don't be afraid to seek therapy if you need it. Was the therapy helpful?
Yeah, very.
There were a few other things that helped you.
I did a lot of meditation, did a lot of self-reflection, and I had to learn to separate what I was feeling and having compassion from where Justin was coming from, because this is really scary for him. I mean, we've been going through this for a year.
It was hard.
Yeah, it was difficult.
I'm relating to what you went through with Justin, my wife had really, really, really bad postpartum depression.
Oh.
And I was trying to be that for her, but I found myself having my own breakdown over it.
Yeah.
And I had this guilt inside me, like, how dare you, like be worried about you when she's going through this. And it was like, I hated myself at the time. But I should have gotten some therapy is what I'm trying to say. So I'm glad that you did get the therapy. And sorry, you were saying about your mother as well?
Yeah, my mom is a nurse, so she is fully aware of what compassion fatigue or caretaker and compassion fatigue looks like. So she walked me through.
Oh, so lovely to have your mom be that person.
Yeah.
Now. Thank you, Mom. What's your mom's name?
Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
Yes.
And meditation. Can you share with my audience how beneficial meditation is to you?
I think meditation is something that I've incorporated in my life for a long time, and it helps me set my intentions. It helps show clarity and not get wrapped up in things that don't matter. It's what you focus on matters.
You become.
You become, yes. And so people, when you're not consciously aware of your thoughts, you let the day happen to you instead of you creating the day.
Can I ask you, are we programmed to not create your dream reality system?
Well, we're always creating.
The most important thing is your intention.
Yeah.
What do you want it to be? What do you want from this moment? Make it happen. I feel like
we did that with Taiwan when they were saying that we couldn't get in. I was like, I'm not listening to anyone else. Like, we're gonna make this happen, and
we did.
And we did.
Awesome! You came at the right time, and then you found jobs and a life and a great doctor that took care of your brain.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. Do you have any final thoughts?
Thanks for bringing us out, because I've been wanting this for a long time. I'm glad we got to do this today with you.
And the name of your channel?
Oh, Get Up, Get Out, Get Gone.
Let's get off Monkey Mountain. I'm hungry. You hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Stay tuned for my next episode where Justin and Leah try some new foods here in Kaohsiung.